I kept waiting for life to change, but nothing did. Until one day, I stopped waiting and started changing myself. Let me tell you something that might sound simple, but will hit you hard if you let it sink in. For years, I thought life was happening to me. I thought the reason I wasn't succeeding was because the world was unfair. I thought the people around me were the problem. The lack of opportunities, the timing, the money, my past, my circumstances, my fears, my wounds. But here's the thing. Nothing changed in my life until everything changed inside me. And I mean everything. Let me explain. There was a time in my life when every day felt like a copy of the last. I would wake up, go through the motions, do what I had to do to survive, and then repeat. I'd scroll through social media and feel like everyone else was ahead of me. More confident, more successful, happier, richer, freer. And I'd think to myself, when is it going to be my turn? I was waiting for the world to change, waiting for a breakthrough, waiting for someone to save me, waiting for a sign, waiting for the perfect moment. And yet, nothing changed. Then one day, in the silence of my frustration, a strange thought entered my mind. What if the world isn't the thing that needs to change? That question, as small as it sounds, hit me like a bolt of lightning. I couldn't shake it. It echoed through every complaint, every excuse, every justification I'd built up over the years. You see, I had become an expert at externalizing blame. If I wasn't happy, it was because someone did something wrong. If I wasn't fulfilled, it was because life wasn't fair. If I wasn't successful, it was because of my background, or upbringing, or personality. But slowly, I began to see the truth. I wasn't living my life. I was reacting to it every single day. And when you're constantly reacting, you're not creating, you're not choosing, you're just surviving. That was the identity I had adopted, an identity of a victim, a struggler, a silent sufferer. And let me be clear, this wasn't obvious on the outside. On the outside, I looked fine. I smiled. I worked. I even gave advice to others. But inside, I was quietly drowning. Then, I stumbled upon a truth that changed everything. Your identity shapes your reality. Let me say that again with a little more force. Who you believe you are dictates what you experience, not the other way around. Think about it. If you believe deep down that you are unworthy, you will subconsciously reject love, success, or happiness, even if it's handed to you. If you believe you're not that kind of person, you won't take the risks, the steps, or the opportunities that would transform your life. Identity is the filter through which we interpret the world. And my filter was clouded with limitation, fear, shame, and self-doubt. So even when good things happened, I'd find a way to sabotage them, question them, or minimize them. Ever done that? That's when I started looking inward. Not to judge myself, but to get curious. I asked myself questions I had never dared to ask before. What beliefs am I carrying that no longer serve me? Whose voice am I still trying to please? Who was I told I had to be? What version of me is still stuck in survival mode? And most of all, what if I chose to believe something different? That's where the shift began. Let me walk you through it, step by step, because I want you to really get this. Step 1. I took full responsibility now. I don't mean I blamed myself for everything, number. I mean I stopped waiting for anyone or anything to change, and I said to myself, this is my life, my energy, my future, and no one is coming to do it for me. Taking responsibility is not about shame. It's about power. It's the moment you go from helpless to limitless. I looked at my habits, my choices, my mindset, and I took the wheel back. It was uncomfortable, but it was honest. Step 2. I rewrote my identity. This part is powerful because we all carry invisible identities. We just don't realize it. I'm not good at business. I'm just unlucky in love. I'm too shy. I'm not like them. I don't deserve that kind of life. Sound familiar? These statements feel like facts, but they're just stories we've repeated for so long. They became truths. So I started rewriting mine. Not just affirmations, I mean deep identity rewiring. I asked, what would the empowered version of me believe? And I started acting from that place. At first, it felt like I was faking it. But soon, something strange happened. When you show up as the person you want to be, your reality starts to shift to match that version. People treated me differently. Opportunities showed up. Energy returned. Confidence emerged. It wasn't magic, it was alignment. Step 3. I stopped needing proof. This one will stretch you. We live in a world where we want proof before we believe. Show me it's possible, and then I'll have faith. But that's not how transformation works. You don't get proof first. You become the proof. That means believing in yourself before the results show up. Believing in your worth before the relationship. Believing in your success before the evidence. You have to bet on you, even when no one else does. And let me tell you, when you do, that energy is undeniable. The universe responds to certainty, not doubt. Step 4. I let go of the old me. This was painful because, believe it or not, there's comfort in the old identity, even if it hurts. Why? Because it's familiar. So many people stay stuck not because they can't change, but because they're afraid to let go of the version of themselves they've known for so long. But here's the truth. Your next level requires your next self. You can't hold on to your wounds, your fears, your limits, and expect to fly. So I let go, bit by bit. I forgave myself. I released guilt. I stopped trying to fix myself and started seeing myself. And that's when the miracle happened. Because suddenly, life began to meet me at this new level, not because the world changed, but because I did. And that's the secret most people never learn. Your inner world dictates your outer results, every single time. When I changed my beliefs, my actions changed. When I changed my actions, my results changed. When I changed my identity, my entire life changed. I stopped chasing and started attracting. I stopped doubting and started deciding. I stopped waiting and started creating. Because here's what I now know. The shift you're waiting for is the shift inside you. It's not about being ready. It's about being willing. Willing to look inside. Willing to change your story. Willing to take the leap. Most people never do. They keep searching for the secret, when the secret is them. So if you're still waiting for life to change, ask yourself, what version of me is showing up each day? What identity am I living from? What if the answer isn't out there, but in here? Because I promise you, when your identity shifts, your reality will follow. It always does. So today, I leave you with this. You are not stuck. You are just holding on to a version of you that no longer fits your future. Let that version go. Let it die. Mourn it if you must, but release it. Because your next chapter is waiting for the real you to show up. And when you do, everything, and I mean everything, will change.